Hey, World Doll Day friends. I was just upstairs digging around in sort of like Alibaba's cave. Michael and David's sort of back room here at the Grovian Museum is sort of amazing. And I found something kind of unexpected.
I don't know why it's unexpected.
So,
My jewels.
these are just amazing. These are perfume kettles. These were made by Mattel, the maker of Barbie. Elliot Handler came up with the idea for Kittles in this mid-60s, Kittle being a combination of kid and little. And they did all kinds of little things, storybooks, and so they eventually shrunk them down a little bit more. And they did all kinds of varieties, including lockets, and these are the perfume Kittles. So this one is violet, or is it lilac? It's lilac, right? I think this is lilac.
I think those are violets.
Violets. Well, and it has she still has her fragrance.
Oh no, I think you're right. It is lilac.
It is lilac.
Because
so.
violets don't smell.
Oh, that's right, they don't. So I'm gonna put this one down, and so they open up the lid comes off the top of the perfume bottle, and it opens. And this little teeny tiny doll comes out. There's even a little posing stand for the doll in there. And she has this little decoration of these plastic flowers and pale lavender hair. And this little teeny tiny like tulle and ribbon outfit. Now the sculpt for these dolls were done by Martha Armstrong Hand or Joyce Christopher. Both were prolific sculptors at Mattel.
Southern California ladies.
Yes, absolutely. And so they had a knack for capturing this sort of facial sculpt that just sort of resonates with all of us. And then the face painting and the costuming would have been created by people like Erin Libby, who is sort of like the godmother of Kittles. And Dorothy Shue did a lot of the costuming for them. Dorothy had originally designed for Barbie before ultimately going and working with the Kittles in the other doll department, the non-Barbie department. So, but it's such a teeny tiny little doll. I mean, like, I would say 2 inches, and this
Maybe 2.5.
maybe 2.5, but just teeny, just really
And
kind
the
of.
hair is just amazing.
Oh,
And it's so of the time.
it is, and so Jean Berger was the hairstylist at Mattel that came up with most of these hairstyles. She was Barbie's hairstylist, but she came up with about everybody's hairdo. So this one actually still has a fragrance.
I mean, it takes me right back. So.
I know. I feel like I'm like 4 years old again. So that is the lilac kettle, and so I'm just gonna set her down. And so this other one is orange blossom. I'm gonna take her out and have a peek at her. They also did little soda pop bottles, and some other things. So here's this one with her little orange.
I was only interested in the jewelry and the perfume bottles. That's what I liked.
If I can tell you a crazy story that's
Sure.
gonna make me sound even crazier. When
We're amongst friends.
when I got married at my wedding party, we were married one day and we had our party like a month later. I went to the safe deposit box and got my most lavish jewelry out of the safe deposit box that I wore that night. I like to call it my 6-carat Kittle ring. Chris had found that ring somewhere and gave it to me. So
Oh, yes,
I always
I
joked
love
and said
this.
that was my engagement ring. So I wore my Kittle ring that night.
They're fabulous.
Everybody thought I was crazy. I thought I was everything.
Oh.
So, but that was fun. So it kind of spoke to that I love dolls. So this is Orange Blossom. She has sort of like lemon-colored citrus hair and this little plastic flower. And once again, a little bit of
And she still
lace.
has her aroma. I mean,
She
it's
does.
still.
It's a very faint.
It's faint, but it's
yes,
still there.
it's still there. And she's kind of amazing. She was never played with. You see this little, they did this string that they sewed through the head that held the hair down, so the hair didn't get messed up in
Well,
shipping.
for me, these were not to like play with. They
This
were
was
just
sort of decorative.
yeah, they were displays, and I thought they were Fabergé eggs. I mean, I just thought that they were just
They're
the
better
most
than
beautiful, beautiful thing in the whole wide world.
I totally agree. So this
and I
is
have
just,
more of them, but it's my secret stash.
yeah, well, that's good. So I'll have to like keep looking and seeing what might turn up here at the Grovian Doll Museum. But Michael, thank you for letting us.
Oh, well, thank you for sharing these little special little things.
These are wonderful.
And you know, I think what it's really important is, to me, these have just as much significance as some of the antique things that we've talked about. I mean, they're of their time.
They're of their time, and they were sort of a novelty that was there were other during the 1880s. I'm sure there were little tiny dolls that served the same purpose, and so these are just sort of the modern rendition of those sort of dolls.
But when you think about this, is not only is it a doll, this is a scent. This is a whole experience to have it.
Well,
to have this doll.
And we always think of perfume being a very priceless sort of lavish gift, and so combining the idea, like you said, of fragrance, this sort of decorative.
I don't
bottle
remember, Bradley, but do you remember what these retailed for?
They were probably about $3.
Yeah, and that was a
big chunk of allowance.
It was.
So they were special, but I just think it's everything about this is just sort of amazing, and they even had like this little ring back here that you could put a string through and wear it around
Oh, as
your
a
neck.
necklace.
So.
Mm-hmm. Well, I never did that because I really didn't want to get beat up.
Me either.
Well, thank you so much,
Thank you,
Bradley,
thank you, Michael.
for doing that little snoop through the storages.
Well, I appreciate it.
Okay.
I'm off to snoop some more.
Okay. We'll be back, doll friends.